319. 319. Zone, zone.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Finding some room at midfield. That one good for 33 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That's fine. Yeah.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. He's to the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to throw here. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want there. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Joey Bosa in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Gotta assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Go to 50. Jump out.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He goes full extension, and he's got it. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll be taken 6. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Now they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Gone! All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
3-19.
Back to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Lucky 56. Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Hey, 626.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Let's go, come on. Stay right. Hey, take 26.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let, and that's caught inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Kamara. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Zoom, zoom.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
319. Hey.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it's a 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. 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 Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lewis. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And it's caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. In for the score. And the Packers add on to their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Detroit! 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 Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy. Gun! 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 Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another
Detroit,
1st and 10.
Detroit. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Back's mine, back's mine. Motion, motion, motion. Hot! Hot!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. The 30. 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Hot!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Nick Perry in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Gone! 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 Gone!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Airing it out deep for Smith. He's got a man. Complete. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. 61 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Here we go. Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Josh Jones in on the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They're going to look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, they start the drive on the ground. Kamara, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
4 down. Hey, check 26. Oko, over here.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. And even 40 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are pouring it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Josh Hawkins with a pick.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Hey, check 26. Wide left.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Wide right. Zoom. Hey, check 26.
On 1st down, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Packers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, Brandon, Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. That's another great play to come away with the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 47 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, you got 3. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gone.
They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Josh Hawkins with a pick. And into the end zone, it's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 50.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking here for Smith downfield. And now here is another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Stay Mike. Kill. Line left.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
3-19. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. They can get it done. Well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Over here. Switch gears.
Again, this is Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. run it again with Kamara. Oh, some strong running. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Blue 58. Here we go. 58.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Again, it's Jones. He spins free. Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers continue to roll. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Leopard! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gone!
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Let's go.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
319! 319!
On third down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Looking to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56, Detroit, Detroit!
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 42 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Blue 58!
Mike 21, check Mike 21. Guys, stage situation, let's go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.